Asia Tenggara ni kawasan tertinggal. Itu dulu. Tapi sekarang, makin ramai orang Barat berpusu-pusu nak tinggal kat kawasan Asia Tenggara. Dan salah satu pilihan utama mereka ialah negara kita. Ya, Malaysia rupanya dah jadi impian ramai orang Barat. Contohnya Minah Salleh ni. Cuba bayangkan, seorang Minah Salleh yang dah berpuluh tahun tinggal kat negara Barat, tiba-tiba buat keputusan yang agak gila, jual semua harta benda yang dia ada kat negara asal, lepas tu pindah ke Malaysia hanya selepas beberapa kali datang lawat negara kita.
People always ask me, why are you in Malaysia? What took you to Malaysia? Why did you pick to go to Malaysia? Well, it's kind of a long story. So I'm going to start with 2024. So last year in about May, we kind of made the decision that we were just over the day-to-day rat wheel that we were living. We just wanted to do something a bit different. Just take a year off and go somewhere else, because we had both travelled quite a bit before we had kids. So my husband is a primary school teacher, and what that means basically is that he can teach anywhere in the world with his degree at international schools. So he started looking just online, found a few different agencies that help people find jobs, and we knew that we kind of wanted to live in Asia just because the cost of living was going up and everything was quite expensive in New Zealand. We were a one-income family, 4 of us, so life was pretty restrictive. We couldn't do any extra things. It was just paying the bills and getting by, you know. I'm sure many people can relate to that. And with Asia being just a bit cheaper in terms of living costs, we knew that it would be a good option. So he applied for so many jobs from like May until he got this job. And he's only quite a new teacher, so he was only a 4th year teacher, which is quite new. So it can be a bit harder to get jobs, especially overseas. All the international schools are private schools, so I think they have quite high expectations. Anyway, so yeah, he spent months and months just applying for jobs, and it came to October and we still didn't have a job, still didn't have anywhere to go to, and it was definitely overwhelming and daunting. However, he did get a job, and he got 3 in the end. One was in Australia, one was in China, and then he got this one here in Johor, Malaysia. So we kind of knew that we couldn't really afford to go to Australia. It was just too expensive for us, and China was a bit daunting. China's massive, there's so many people. We knew that Malaysia was a bit pulled back a bit, so we ended up picking this one, and to say the least, it's not been the year we expected it to be. Anyway, I'm going to keep posting videos about our journey, how we got here, what has happened this year, because it has been crazy. There's been a lot happen, good and bad. So I will just post this one for now, and I will update you guys again tomorrow.
Kita boleh tengok dalam video tu, dia rasa hidup kat Malaysia lagi masuk akal sebab kos sara hidup yang lebih rendah. Malah, lepas beberapa lama menetap kat sini, pengalaman yang dia lalui jauh lebih baik daripada apa yang dibayangkan sebelum ni. Dan bukan setakat pasal kos hidup je. Dari segi sistem kesihatan pun, buat dia lagi yakin nak terus tinggal kat Malaysia. Sebab bagi dia, perkhidmatan kesihatan kat negara kita lebih baik daripada banyak negara barat.
I just wanted to point out a few of my favourite things about Malaysia and how it compares to New Zealand. So we have moved here on New Year's Eve, and it's now middle of September, so been a while. But one of the things I love that is so different to New Zealand is if you need to go see a doctor, you just rock up and you get seen within 10 minutes, and it's cheaper here for us. It's cheaper here for us as expats than it is for us to go to the doctor in New Zealand. So in New Zealand, if I wanted to book an appointment with my GP, it would take at least 2 weeks for me to get in, if not longer. And it would be costing me like $40 to $50 New Zealand. Here, we do have insurance through Roman school, but we can literally just go into a walk-in clinic. And I think I've been 3 times this year. We have not waited longer than 5 minutes to be seen. And then they charge us 10 ringgit, which is about $4, including like if we've had medication. So yeah, that is a great positive of being here, because when your kid is sick, The last thing you want to be doing is waiting around for a doctor. Even in New Zealand, when you have an appointment, you will still be waiting like half an hour to see the doctor because they are just so overbooked and busy.
Ya, Malaysia memang macam negara yang turun dari syurga. Makanan sedap, sistem kesihatan bagus, cuaca selesa dan orang-orangnya juga peramah. Semua benda ni buat Malaysia jadi tempat yang sangat menarik untuk orang Barat. Dan ini bukan sekadar cakap kosong. Hakikatnya, dalam banyak perkara, Malaysia menawarkan kehidupan yang lebih selesa berbanding negara Barat. Kat New Zealand atau kebanyakan negara Barat, kos hidup memang tinggi gila. Memang gaji kat sana lebih besar. Tapi kena ingat, gaji tu cukup-cukup untuk seorang individu je. Sebab tu, ramai orang kat sana selalu merungut pasal kos sara hidup yang makin menekan.
Come with me and check out the fucking ridiculous prices of the NZ Woolworths. So that's for one cake there, a smash cake. That's for one Easter egg, and that's 20% off. Are they joking? That's for one bunny, 20%. That's sirloin steak, not even half a kilo. One T-bone for $32. Are you kidding me?
How do people survive in New Zealand? Because I've got no idea. We are going backwards so hard. This is just absolutely crazy. I've got no idea how people survive on a normal wage of say $1,000 a week. It's impossible. In my opinion, it's impossible. We spend around $450 a week just on groceries. So if you spend another, and that would be cheap, $550 a week on rent for a 3-bedroom house, your $1,000 are gone. So how is that even possible? We're going backwards so hard. With inflation, we lose around $5,000 a year on buying power, which is equivalent to around $400 a month. And the financial strain especially on family fathers, on providers at the moment in this country is absolutely through the roof and very, very alarming. And that's where all our mental health issues come from as well, because fathers can't provide for their families anymore. Look at the statistics with people leaving New Zealand. Last year, it was 128,000 people who left the country, mainly because of the financial strain.
Jadi memang tak hairanlah kalau makin ramai orang Barat mula pandang Asia Tenggara, terutamanya Malaysia, sebagai tempat terbaik untuk mulakan kehidupan baru. Apa yang dulu dianggap negara biasa-biasa, sekarang dah jadi destinasi impian ramai sebab Malaysia bagi keseimbangan hidup yang susah nak jumpa kat kebanyakan negara maju.